So, back on the road again, and really have to consider this a take two. After losing the footage the other week, I decided that I would try it one more time using the GoPro, which was the device that messed up. Finally recovered the card. Well, recovered the card, formatted the card pretty much to gain access to it, which was necessary. Couldn't get any of the footage back, and although there were small parts that I could see, it was going to cost me a load of money to get the video files uncorrupted. I could see them, but I just couldn't do anything with them. So, going to head back to the same sort of area. Not the exact same place, in the hope that the morning is not ruined by a load of midgies swarming about. But yeah, it's just after 8 o'clock. The kids are in bed, they're all asleep, and I'm off work tomorrow. So I'm going to go out and I'm going to try and lie in a wee bit for the morning, which I haven't done yet when I've been camping, but I'll just take it more that I'm not in any rush to get back, and that's more at the request of my wife. She doesn't want me coming back too early and wakening anyone, so I'm going to head off again. Hopefully the GoPro works, that you can hear me, that this footage does not end up lost, otherwise the whole talking part is gone to waste. But I have my other camera with me just in case, and I have the drone too, to try and get some footage in the morning and before I go to bed. So we'll go with that. We'll see how things work out, and hopefully I'll join you again once we get there. So, I've arrived. I'm just going to reverse up here so I can keep the car back off the road. Out of sight, out of mind, out of worry. Get it up quite close to the gate. There's a gentleman there that I can see in the mirror. Out walking his dog too. And the dog looks massive. The dog's well in the distance and it looks really, really big. But there's a nice breeze up here this evening, so hopefully that means that the flies stay away. Hopefully it doesn't cause any issues for cooking some dinner. I have something with me to eat. So yeah, let's get myself sorted and we'll go and find somewhere quiet. I'm not going back to the same place that I was the last time, though that might have been a good idea, but I decided to try this area and just wander around and see what I found. The trees in this part started to grow back a bit more, so they're a bit bigger. I don't know if there's going to be a flatter piece of earth or whether it's going to be quite marshy, so you're going to know whenever I know as well. So let's go have a look. Why not? Thought I'd do this slightly differently as well. So I've just got a smaller backpack on me. Actually, with just cameras in it, and I thought I'll go for a wander and have a look. Still got some daylight left, but I'll go for a walk and see what I can see if I can find somewhere, and then I can back here and grab the tent and everything. The gentleman with his dog didn't go too far. The dog was big, but I think it was quite old. It just didn't have the energy to jump into the boot of his car either, which was a little sad. But the look on the dog's face sort of said it was knackered anyway. So I'm just gonna go up here and have a look through. A lot of the land around here is fairly uneven. It's owned by the Forestry Service, and it really is just for planting trees and then chopping them all down again, and then starting all over, planting more trees and then chopping them all down again. So there might not be anywhere here that's suitable for camping. It wouldn't surprise me in the least. And so far I haven't actually seen any trails off the path really. At least not towards anywhere that you would consider going and spending the night. The bits either side of me here seem to dip down quite a bit. And I know that there is pretty much a flood basin down the end of here. Leads to a river, which is a tributary to the River Glenarm. By the time it makes it there, it's a long and winding one, but that's where it leads to. Around here, it's quite nice, quite open. It's very quiet. It's not looking too good. This path seems to not really have much of an option either side of it. You can see parts where the sun's blocking off having a look up there, but there's a few of those sections which slice through the forest to stop the spread of wildfire, I'm guessing. I don't know how many wildfires we really get in the forests here, but there's also the likes of these. You can see that just down there with the water, the ditches. And there's a lot of these ditches along here which have flowing water through them, and they look very, very boggy. So even though it hasn't rained that much today, there's still a lot of water flowing about. So I'm going to walk up here a bit further, and if I don't find something soon, because the sun is going down, and I do want my dinner, so I'll walk up to the brow of the hill and have a look, and if I don't see anything I might come back down again. I was sort of hoping for somewhere in amongst the trees over there. There's nothing really, they're not that big that they look like there could be widowmakers or anything in there, but then the question is whether there's any space, and then it'll come down to whether there's any views. It's not like you're going to see a sunrise or a sunset in there. You're just going to notice it getting darker. So for now, we'll continue up the road and see where we go. Well, I went to the top of the hill and kept walking. So I've walked that far, I've actually got a signal back on my phone. And there's not really that many options up here that are easily accessible. There's quite a few shocked about ditches about the place, and some of them are freshly dug as well. There's also areas where the gravel road here has been quite churned up, which would suggest that there's people working in the area still. So I don't know that it's necessarily the wisest idea to venture up here, and the chances of getting somewhere which is flat look quite slim. There's lots of heather about, and the other thing is that I know I'm not guaranteed a sunrise in the morning over the hills in the distance, but I'd quite like to be able to see down the valley over there, and I'm definitely not going to get that up here. So I think I will head back towards the car and maybe go back to that little spot that I found before. It was easy to get to. No one else had been there, other than some wildlife. There were no trees growing, so other than the grass getting a bit higher, which it probably will have done because the weather's been good the last couple of weeks, it should be alright to get back to. Fingers crossed, and I mean fingers crossed, that there's a breeze in the morning. I don't care if there's a breeze, you know, or even if it rains, as long as the midgies stay away. The midgies the last time ruined the morning. It meant a really fast pack up. Didn't really get to enjoy a cup of coffee or anything. So yeah, I'm gonna head back towards the car. It's about a half-hour walk at this point. And I do sort of want the views. The screen's gone blank. I do sort of want the views. So it looks gorgeous out there at the moment, until that comes back into the shot there. So yeah, I'm gonna head back down again, and it's a very short trip up the road. I've probably walked past it. I've been walking that long. I don't have much time on the sun either, so it'll be going down pretty soon. I want to catch it. I'm hoping there's a gap underneath the cloud that's there, and I have an ND filter with me, so if I move fast enough, then I can get up there and get set up, get a time lapse in, and yeah, get to bed, get fed and get to bed. So yeah, time to get my walking shoes in gear, pick up the pace a little bit. Well, I'm deciding to hedge my bets, just in case the GoPro doesn't really work. I don't really want to lose all the footage I have. So this is where I'm going to be camping tonight. It's back where I was the other week, and the reason I came here again, after having a look around the other places, was that this is the only bit that I knew definitely had somewhere flat that I could spend the night.
relatively flat. Wasn't perfect, but wasn't the worst. And the other reason was, I know from up there I'm going to get the views of out there come the morning. You're such a fragile thing. And it will be lovely. Let's just knock this down a wee bit so you can see into the distance. But I'm here it will be lovely out there. The sun's just lighting it up now as well. So fingers crossed that in the morning I'll get some nice views and that batteries all last as long as they need to and everything goes alright. So I have an extra bag with me just because it has this camera and the drone in it as well, so there's no real weight to it. But right, time to get up, get the tent set up and get some dinner and then get to sleep, because apparently I have to sleep in the morning according to my wife, because nobody sees me here, so it should be alright. That's the theory. And the car's close enough that if somebody tries to steal it, I'll hear the alarm go off. Nobody will try to steal it. Famous last words. Right, let's go. To shelter you from. Right, so I'm back here now, and this is going to be my point for the night. So that's the view for the morning, and over the valley there. Sun's just setting up in the hills, and pretty much missed it, so light will be disappearing soon. Wonder if it'll be a red sky at night, shepherd's delight, or not. So, yeah, time to get set up and get into the tent. Let's go. And there we go. Set up. Time to get in, get some food on. That sky is glorious out there. Looks beautiful. I'm hoping it's going to be a really nice night. And there's a breeze, which means less flies. Well, that's me in. Tents in, liners in, mats in. There were still quite a few bugs left in here. There's some still up in the net and up there as well. From the last camp here, when it was a mad MIDGIES festival. So I'll probably have to hooper it out. Yeah, so this is dinner for tonight. Chili con carne from Firepot. It smells alright. So the water's boiling away there. This will heat me right up for going to sleep. I just hope it doesn't have some adverse effect in the middle of the night, cause the squits or something, you know. Good morning. It's just after 4:30 now. Last night got cold. My body's fine, my legs are fine, feet are fine. It was literally just the air in the tent. So my head was getting cold. So I had the hood up and everything to try and keep me cozy. And then you start to feel it around your face, which is exposed. So I think I slept most of the night tucked down inside the sleeping bag until the urge to pee got too much and I had to get up. That was about 10 to 4 or so. So I've been awake for a wee while. It's been bright for ages. The sun hasn't actually come up yet, but I can see it. It's working its way around there. And There's some fairly dark clouds coming in. They look quite ominous. But yeah, I decided to get up and make a warm drink, thinking I'll have a coffee. Which probably isn't the best thing if I want to lie down again, have a wee rest. But in my rush out the door last night, I didn't lift any coffee. Well, I do have this little freebie packet that Danielle got from work, which has like a hot chocolate and a couple of wee sachets of coffee in it, and a free little Biscoffs as well. There's 3 of those, but I decided to go for the other option, which was to have my Horlicks that I didn't have last night. So I'm going to stay wrapped up here. I'm in my sleeping bag still, so I'm going to stay wrapped up and enjoy a brew. That cuckoo, I don't know if you can hear it on the camera. There's a cuckoo has been going all night pretty much, bar a few periods where he was just quiet, and he's clearly not getting a response. So a lot of effort to put in, but hey, we were all teenagers once. So yeah, I'm gonna have a brew, and then I might go for a wee drive once I get everything packed up. Still early, so I'm not in any rush. I still don't have any mobile signal, which isn't surprising. So yeah, time to start the day, I guess. So I might drive somewhere and go for another wee sleep if I can. It depends on how I'm feeling. I'll be fine now, and then later on in the day I'll be absolutely knackered, and because I'm tired, start being in foul form or something like an Legit, to the detriment of the kids. But sure, we'll see. Midgies are out again. I did go back to sleep and rested for a good while before getting up, and I noticed the flies outside started to increase. The wind has completely dropped. There's not even a breeze, and these little buggers are coming out to play again. So I'm packing up quickly, but like the last time, I should have just got up and gone whenever I did. Weekend earlier would have been a much wiser decision. So I'm going to get the last bit of the tent down here, get it packed away. All these things are coming out in force now. I don't know if you can see the swarms of these. They're so small. Sorry, I'm moving further and further away as they come closer and closer to me. So I can get this packed up and get out of here. Oh. Still a gorgeous morning, mind you. It's just these fucking flies. Hate them, hate them. So there we go, leave no trace, just a bit of flattened ground, and hopefully some dead midgies, because they are the pain in my life at the moment. Oh. And I'm going to start heading down. I'm not actually going the right way. See, there's so many midgies, I'm not even concentrating. They're over everything. everything in my bag is covered in them. So I'm literally holding on to stuff and just walking out towards where I think I need to go. They're gross. They're on my top 3 things that I hate. Midges, ticks and plagues. Those are my top 3 bugs that I don't like. Can't help it after midges being on you, you just get the heebie-jeebies. It's a bit like when somebody starts talking about nits in school. Everybody starts scratching their heads. Thinking they've got bugs crawling over them. Well, that's what midges do. So yeah, when I said to myself this morning that I should get up and go for a drive and have a look around and check over there to see if it was actually Linford Barrows, I think it's called. Could be wrong. And the salad braise. I should have just got up. Should just packed my stuff up, gone and got in the car, and I wouldn't have had all those bucking midges everywhere. I feel like I'm covered in them. So I'm gonna get in the car, wipe myself down, and I think it's an alright time to start heading home. Because it's not far from the house. Right. That's us out. Car's still here. All in one piece by the looks of it. And they give you the itchies, something shocking. But the view's still gorgeous. Right, that's it then. I'm going to leave it there, and hopefully as we get into the summer, a few bank holidays coming up, so hopefully I'll get time to get out again, and if I'm lucky I'll get to book a few days off work too. Which gives me a wee bit more of a chance to have a lazy day, though when you've got kids you never get a lazy day. Not allowed lazy days. But yeah. Didn't sleep too badly. It was alright night. Cold, as I said earlier, for a while. But even going back to sleep was quite nice. Just resting there. It definitely drifted off. But no, that wind dropping, unbelievable. And I'm just noticing now that I'm surrounded by midges again. So I'm gonna move. You think you're away from them and then they suddenly follow you. So, yep. Till the next time.